Hi, I'm Joe Wright Calendar, the author of The Happy Little Garbage Truck. It's a picture book, but it's also an educational system. And I will talk a little bit more about that in a future talk. Right now, we're getting my website sort of arranged so that I can present what I found to work very, very well through the use of these books and the educational program that goes with it. But today we're talking about hope. And we've been looking at a C.R. Snyder's hope theory, which I found fascinating because really this is a concept that if one is looking toward improving goal setting for oneself or for the children and students that we are working with, it really has within it a lot of components that are just in, really incredible. Now, C.R. Snyder's hope theory is defines hope as a perceived capability to derive pathways to a desired goal. And hope provides the motivation for us to use these pathways. And so I'll kind of break that down a little bit, but this hope theory seemed to be the method to me that has key steps that can help us move our children toward those higher academic, social, and behavioral goals. And I'll give you an example of that in a minute. So, these desired pathways are the steps that we take to get to the goal. So, first of all, goal setting, and that's not just, getting up and making my bed in the morning. Goal setting in this context actually means the stretch goals, things that aren't necessarily easy for us to reach. And for our students and children, this can take in a lot of territory. So we look for stretch goals because those are the ones that exercise our hope muscles, our hopeful muscles. That's what I see it as because they're getting us out of our place of comfort and our comfort zone and we move towards, tackling that high mountain of whatever it is that we're trying to get toward. Then we do some planning, the steps that we need to get to that goal, which in one conversation I said we can use the sausage method, and that's chunking or sausaging. You make it smaller pieces towards moving along, and you make them sequential. And then you develop a strategy. And this is the one area that is the thing that motivates us to get over those hard parts. There are a lot of rocks and boulders in the way between us and that goal, so we have to have a strategy that keeps us going. So today we're going to look at a strategy that I've talked or spoken about in previous talks that has helped me tremendously, and that is affirmations. So where affirmations might appear kind of ephemeral and how can a child really understand this? I'll talk more about affirmations in future talks, but I'm going to give one example today. I had this child in my room. I was teaching in a classroom that had children who were on different levels of the different parts of the spectrum of autism. And this little boy, as you know, with autism, there are different types of issues that or challenges that a child might have. This child had a behavioral challenge that we pretty much figured out was due to his intelligibility of his speech. And so he had a behaviorist, one-on-one, that would coach him. When he would become frustrated, he would take him out for a walk. He would do specific things that were key for that little boy. And he developed one technique that I will never forget as long as I hopefully am working in this field and for me as well. And I've shared it with family members. But he would do something that actually started with him. He always used the word yet. When he was talking about his student, he says, "Well, he can't talk yet." but we're going to continue to work on his speech capability and his speech exercises, which he did. And this was just amazing. He would take the breaks and work on the different techniques that the speech teacher had shown him to use with this little boy. And this assistant behaviorist would come in every day. I don't know if he had different t-shirts, but at least this one t-shirt that I remembered had a pig with wings on it, and it said, "When pigs fly," because he had taken that speech challenge personally, and he knew that this visual logo would keep him going. So over a period of time, I met this little boy, but now in high school, and I recognized him almost immediately. He was taller, had a little bit of a stubble on his face, but I stopped the teacher, says, "May I say hello? This young child used to be in my kindergarten room." And she said, "Sure." And I went up to him and I said, "Hello." And you could imagine my surprise when he just gave me a barrage of information where they were going that day. They were going bowling, how excited he was, and what he was gonna order for lunch. It was a field trip, and I just was, like, taken back almost to the point of tears to see him so happy and being able to communicate. So, the key to his progression was the strategy of always using the term "yet," which was an exercise of patience, but also hopeful expectation. That strategy, along with having a stretch goal for him, getting him to talk out intelligibly, and planning for the boy's success is actually what made the difference. So until next time, I'll see you and please share, please subscribe. Thanks so much. Bye bye.